Brett, are you done with work?
I'm just on my way home now. Did you finish your part-time job?
Yeah, today was my day off. I decided to take it easy and just stay home.
Oh, I see. Did you get to rest and relax?
Yeah, I took it easy. Honestly, I was feeling pretty lazy. I didn't feel like going out at all, so I just stayed indoors all day. And it's kind of nice to have a lazy day once in a while, right?
It was raining all day, so I totally get why you didn't want to go out. When the weather's like that, all I want to do is stay cozy inside too.
Exactly. I think I might have spent the entire day curled up in my blanket. But you know what? Since I was stuck inside, I ended up spending most of my day looking at property listings. It's kind of exciting to think about what our future place could be. So I had fun looking around.
Ah, looking for a new place?
Yeah, that's right. I was just imagining what kind of place we'd like to move into together. It was so much fun thinking about it. There are so many options out there. Like, I kind of got carried away with all the possibilities. You know how it is when you're dreaming about your future home?
I totally get that. Thanks for doing all the research for me. It really helps me out. Oh, did you find any nice places?
There were a few that looked decent, but honestly, I didn't find the one yet. It's so hard to find the perfect place, you know? There's always something that just is not quite right. Whether it's the size, location, or price, it's like searching for a needle in a haystack.
The good ones usually come with a hefty price tag too. It's like the better the place, the more expensive it is. It makes it a bit discouraging, right?
Exactly.
But hey, we have time. We don't need to rush into anything. We'll keep looking until we find the right place for the both of us. We'll find it.
Right. And hey, I also did some research on wedding venues. I found this amazing place in Miami. It's right by the beach, and you can see the ocean. The view is absolutely stunning, especially when the weather's clear and sunny. I think you'd love it.
Well, that sounds incredible. Miami is such a beautiful place.
Yeah, it really is. The venue itself is gorgeous, and they offer really fancy catering options too. The reception hall is spacious and beautifully decorated. I just think that it would be perfect for a wedding. What do you think about scheduling a visit to check it out? I can't wait to see it in person.
Hold on a second. Isn't that a little bit too soon?
You think so?
I haven't even had the chance to meet your parents yet to ask for their approval. We should probably wait until we've talked to them before we start planning the wedding, right? It might be a bit too early to be picking out venues before we've had that conversation.
Ah, right. I got a little ahead of myself there. I guess I was just so excited about the wedding that I jumped the gun a little.
You must really be looking forward to it, huh?
Yeah, I'm so excited. Having a grand, beautiful wedding has been a dream of mine since I was a little kid. I've always imagined it, and now it feels like it's finally becoming real. But I guess we still need to get permission from your parents first, huh?
We haven't even gotten their blessing yet. What if they don't approve of me? I mean, I'm sure they care about you a lot, and you're their precious daughter, so it could be a little tricky.
I think my mom will definitely approve of us. You don't need to worry too much about it. I'm sure she'll be happy for us.
Your mom is a piano teacher, right? I don't mean to sound judgmental, but she might be strict when it comes to choosing a partner. Bet she has high standards for guys, doesn't she?
No, that's not true at all. My mom is really sweet, and I'm sure she'll get along with you just fine. She wants the best for me, that's all.
You think so?
Of course! My mom's going to love you. You're handsome, kind, and you've got your life together. You work hard, and that's exactly the kind of person she would want for me.
I don't know. I'm not so sure about that. But I'll still go visit your mom soon. I think it's about time I meet her anyway.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
It's probably best to do it sooner rather than later. And you'll want to start planning the wedding sooner too, right?
Yeah, exactly. In fact, I was thinking of going back to my parents' house this Saturday. I'll check in with my mom and ask her what her schedule is like. Once I know when she's free, I can let you know.
That would be really helpful. When you find out, just let me know so I can plan around it. So, it's set for 11 a.m. on Sunday, right? We're still good on that time? Finally, the big day is coming. The introduction. I have to admit, I'm feeling a little nervous about it. I've never done something like this before, and it feels like such a huge step. I've heard so much about how important these things are, so I just want everything to go smoothly.
Yep, Sunday at 11 a.m. is good. No changes there.
Honestly, I'm feeling nervous too. It's a big deal, isn't it? Been thinking about this meeting nonstop. I want to make a good impression, but I'm also just a little worried about how things are going to go. I mean, it's your family, and this is a huge moment. It feels like there's a lot riding on this, so I'm really hoping it'll turn out well.
Just don't be late. I'll be staying at my parents' place the night before, so I'll be nearby. Once you're close, just shoot me a message. I'll come out and meet you, so you don't have to worry about anything. I'll be there to greet you when you arrive.
Got it. I'll be there on time and I'll let you know when I'm close. And just to be sure, I'll be dressed in a suit. I think it's better to go all out for an occasion like this, don't you? I don't want to show up underdressed or anything like that. I'd rather go a little overboard than under.
Oh my god, you really don't need to go that far. A suit? That's a bit much. I mean, I get it, but you really don't have to be that formal. Just a nice outfit is fine. Maybe something a little more polished than your usual style, but not that serious. You're making it sound like it's a business meeting or something.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't mess it up, you know? I figured a suit would be a safe bet. I want to show respect for your family, and I thought it'd be the right choice.
You're being way too extra. But honestly, I appreciate the effort. Just don't feel like you have to impress them by dressing up like that. You don't need to try too hard. I'm sure they'll appreciate you just being yourself.
All right, tone it down a little bit. And I'll make sure I look good enough.
Also, my mom wants to talk to you. She asked if I could pass the phone to you for a bit. I hope that's okay.
Wait, is she there right now?
Yeah, she's here at my place. I'm just getting some things in order in my old room, just tidying things up a little bit, especially since you'll be coming over soon. I just want to make sure everything is nice and presentable when you see it. I just don't want to feel embarrassed if you take a look.
Oh, no. Don't worry about it. I'm sure it's fine. And yeah, I'm okay to talk to your mom. I'll do my best.
Thanks. Just wait a sec. I'll give the phone to her now. Hello, is this Brett? I'm Maxine's mother. I'm sorry to call like this all of a sudden, but I wanted to talk to you for a bit. I hope you don't mind.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Brett. I've been seeing Maxine, and I'm looking forward to meeting you in person on Sunday.
Yes, Maxine has told me a lot about you. So Brett, I hear you work as a freelancer?
Yes, that's right. I'm a programmer, so I handle various projects in the tech industry.
Does that provide you with a good income? I'm just asking because freelancing can be a little unstable, right?
Well, yes, freelancing can sometimes be unpredictable, but I do earn a decent amount. It's definitely enough to support a family. In fact, I'm confident that I can support at least 2 or 3 kids if the time comes. I don't expect it to be a problem.
Okay. Well, that's good to know, I suppose. But I still feel like I need to ask these things. It's important to me that Maxine is with someone who can provide for her.
Of course, I completely understand. I want to make sure she's happy and taken care of too. I'll do whatever it takes.
You see, our family is a very traditional family. We come from a very long line of people with a certain reputation. We've always expected Maxine's partner to come with a similar background, someone who matches our family standing.
I completely understand. I'm aware that I come from a more ordinary background. My family doesn't have the same kind of history or reputation, but I promise you, I have worked hard to get to where I am. I can support Maxine, and I'll make sure she's taken care of, just as she deserves.
I see. I've heard a lot about you, and I know that you're serious about Maxine. But just so you know, I haven't fully made up my mind about whether you're the right match for her.
I understand. I really do. I don't expect you to just take my word for it, but I hope to prove to you that I'm the right person for Maxine. I really care about her, and I'll do everything I can to make her happy.
I'm sure you're sincere, Brett, but I'll need to see for myself. I've always been very protective of Maxine. I want you to know that the person she chooses is someone who can be there for her, someone who will be stable and reliable.
I can assure you that I'm stable. I'm not someone who's going to let her down. I'm committed to making sure that she's happy and supported.
Well, I guess we'll just see when we meet in person. I've heard a lot of nice things, but I still need to get to know you better.
That's fair. I'll do my best to show you who I really am.
All right. I'll leave you to talk to Maxine now, but I just want to be honest with you. I'm not convinced yet. I hope you understand that I need to be careful.
I completely understand, and I really appreciate your honesty. I know this is important.
Okay, I'll give the phone back to her now. Brett, are you okay? I'm so sorry about that. I didn't mean for it to be so intense. My mom can be a little harsh when it comes to these things. I just hope you're not feeling too overwhelmed.
Honestly, I'm fine. It was a little surprising, but I get where she's coming from. I know this is a big deal for her. She wants to make sure I'm the right person for you, and I get that.
Yeah, I know. I really do. I just feel bad because I know she could be intimidating. She's usually so kind, but when it comes to something like marriage, she could be a little hard to approach. I really hope you weren't too hurt by the conversation.
No, I wasn't hurt. I understand that she wants to protect you. And honestly, I can respect that. But I'm still going to do everything I can to prove I'm the right choice for you.
I know you will. And don't worry, I'll be talking to her before Sunday. I'll let her know how serious we are, and I'll make sure she understands that I'm committed to you. We'll make it through this together.
I'm with you, Maxine. We'll get through this. I'm going to do my best to show her that I'm worthy of your love.
We're going to be just fine. Just stick with me and we'll make it work. I believe in us.
I believe in us too.
Brett, thank you for your hard work yesterday. Do you have a moment to talk?
Amanda, thank you for letting me come over yesterday. I also really appreciate you giving your consent for the marriage. It means a lot to us.
Maxine was very happy as well.
Yes, she was absolutely over the moon. She's been so excited, and now that everything is settled, she can finally start making plans for the wedding. It's been a dream for both of us, and now it's all becoming a reality.
There's something I need to discuss with you about.
What is it? Is there something wrong? Is something bothering you?
I thought about it all night long, and after a lot of consideration, I've come to a decision. I've decided that I cannot go ahead with the engagement.
What do you mean by that? Are you saying you're calling off the engagement? After everything?
Yes, that's right. After thinking everything through, I've realized that you're just not the right person for my daughter. I know this may come as a shock to you, but it's my honest opinion. You're both still very young, and there are plenty of other opportunities ahead of you. You both can move on and find someone who is a better match for you.
So, you're telling me that the engagement is off? And you want us to break up?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. I don't think you're the right person for Maxine, and I don't want her to continue with this relationship. It's not that I don't like you personally, but I think you're not what she needs in the long run. I believe it's better for the both of you to end things now rather than to continue down this path.
Is that so? Well, if you're going to call it off, I'll gladly go along with it. This is actually such a relief for me.
Wait, what? You're relieved? Are you sure about this?
Yes, I'm serious. In fact, I was already having doubts about the marriage last night. Once I had already received your approval, I felt like it would be wrong to go back on my word. But now that you're the one calling it off, I can't say I'm too upset. This is actually a huge weight off my shoulders.
So you were already thinking about calling it off before I even said anything?
Yes, I was. Honestly, I didn't want to marry Maxine. I thought about it long and hard, and I realized that I wasn't ready, nor did I feel it was the right decision. It might seem sudden, but this is something I've been struggling with.
I can't believe this. You're telling me you were already having second thoughts about my daughter, and now you're just confirming it? What kind of person are you?
Please, don't misunderstand me, Amanda. It's not Maxine's fault. The reason I decided to not go ahead with the marriage is because of things I've discovered about her. I know you may not be aware of it, but once I found out, it became impossible for me to move forward with the relationship.
What are you talking about? What could you possibly have found out? Are you just trying to blame her for something?
No, that's not what I meant at all. I've learned certain things about her character that made me realize she's not the right person for me. I know this may sound harsh, but once I understood the full picture, I knew I couldn't marry her. I've seen a side of her that you may not have noticed or might not want to see.
A side of her? What does that even mean? You're telling me that my daughter has some kind of hidden side? I don't believe it. You must be mistaken.
I'm not mistaken, Amanda. I don't want to go into too much detail right now, but the things I've learned have made me question everything. It's not that I want to hurt you or Maxine, but I've reached a point where I can't ignore what I've discovered.
What could be so serious that you would call off an engagement just like that? If you really cared about her, you wouldn't just walk away like this.
It's not about not caring for her. I care about her a great deal, but I've realized that love is not always enough. There are deeper issues that I can't overlook. You may not understand now, but I hope you will one day.
You know, I never liked the idea of this engagement in the first place. Something about you never sat right with me, and now, hearing this from you, it just confirms my concerns. I'm glad you're walking away now. It's for the best.
I understand how you feel, Amanda, and while it's painful, I believe this is the right decision for everyone involved. I've thought about it for a long time, and it's not something I came to lightly.
So you're saying you already made up your mind? You're absolutely certain?
Yes, I've made up my mind. I've already tried to think about this from every angle, and this is the decision that feels right to me. It's better this way, for both of us, even if it's difficult now.
I'm sorry I missed your call earlier. I didn't realize you tried calling, so I called you back. Has your lunch break ended?
Well, it's totally fine to send me a message. Is it okay if I message you instead?
Yeah, that's totally fine. What's going on? Oh, is this about the wedding venue?
No, it's about the wedding at all. Oh, no, it's not about the wedding at all. Actually, I have something important to discuss with you. I want to break off the engagement.
Huh?
I mean it. I want to end the engagement. I can't marry you.
What are you saying? This is a joke, right?
No, I'm being serious. This isn't a joke.
Why are you saying that? Did I do something to you? Did I hurt you in some way?
No, you didn't hurt me at all.
Then why are you saying this? If I did something wrong, I'll fix it. Please, don't say this. I could change. I'll do whatever it takes.
Remember last night when I met your mom? And then the two of us went out for dinner?
Yeah, you seemed fine at the time, right? We talked about our honeymoon plans too, so why are you saying you don't want to get married now?
The problem isn't what happened that night, but what came after.
What happened after? We were both nervous and exhausted, so we parted ways quickly. Was there something that happened after that?
Well, after we said goodbye and I was walking back, I realized that I had forgotten something. You had put your umbrella in my bag.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about that.
It looked like it was going to rain, so I thought I'd catch up with you and give it back. We hadn't walked that far apart, so I figured it would be fine to just catch up and hand it over to you.
But you didn't call out to me, did you? I went home without hearing anything from you.
I couldn't call out to you. I saw something and I didn't know how to react.
What do you mean? What did you see?
I saw you kick a homeless man.
You saw that?
I saw everything. I watched you as you kicked a homeless man who was walking towards you, and then you spit at him.
That's not what happened. He looked suspicious, so I thought he was a threat and I pushed him away. He was grinning in a way that made me uncomfortable, so I acted in self-defense. I thought he might be dangerous.
From what I saw, he wasn't grinning. In fact, he looked pale and sick. It was clear he wasn't in a good state. He was reaching out like he needed help, and you verbally abused him and kicked him.
I didn't verbally abuse him. You must have misunderstood.
I heard it clearly. I heard you say, "Don't come near me, you trash." You called him trash. And then he just collapsed on the ground, huddled in pain.
But he was filthy. I was scared. He suddenly came towards me and I didn't know what to do. He looked like he might hurt me.
If you were scared, you could have just stepped away and called for help. Why did you have to kick him and spit on him? I ended up calling an ambulance because I thought it could be serious.
Wait, you called an ambulance?
Yes, I did. I didn't know if it was a medical emergency or not, but I didn't want to take any chances.
I had no idea, but I thought he was a pervert. I thought he was going to hurt me.
No, you misunderstood. And now I feel like I'm seeing your true nature. You've been pretending all this time, hiding who you really are. I was completely fooled.
No, that's not true. I was just tense and acted out of fear.
So when you're tense, you resort to violence and spit at people? Is that the kind of person you are? You know, once we're married, there will be stressful times. Do you think you'll be able to handle it? Or will you end up doing the same thing to me, kicking me just like that homeless man?
I would never do that to you.
Why not? Do you only act like this to certain people? Are you the kind of person who only shows kindness to those you think are strong? Are you only nice to those you think you can control?
No, that's not it. It's not like that.
I'll never forget the way you looked down at that homeless man with cold, indifferent eyes. It was like you didn't see him as a person at all. You looked at him like he was nothing. I've never seen anyone treat another human being like that before. It was horrifying.
But still, my mom already gave her approval for us to get married. You can't just break off the engagement now. If you do, my mom won't let it slide. She's not going to let you ruin everything. You can't go back now. It's too late.
You don't have to worry about that. The one who actually suggested breaking off the engagement first was your mother.
My mom?
Yeah. Apparently, after thinking about it overnight, she changed her mind. She contacted me this morning. To be honest, it worked out well for me because I was already thinking about it, and now we're both on the same page.
What is this? Why are you just making decisions like this? You can't just change everything without even consulting me.
I had to explain to your mom what I saw last night. I told her everything, and she ended up apologizing. She said that her daughter might not be a good match for me after all. Your mom is a woman of class, and I think she understands the gravity of the situation.
Why would my mom say something like that? She can't possibly believe you.
It's embarrassing for her as a parent. Can you imagine how she must feel, seeing her daughter behave like that?
Shut up! What's your problem? Just because I said a few harsh words, you're going to make it into something huge? What are women not allowed to speak their minds? Is that it?
It's not just about harsh words.
You know I've been trying so hard to be the kind of woman you wanted me to be. Just because I made one mistake, you're going to throw everything away? Do you even have any idea how much effort I put into this relationship? This is ridiculous.
Wow. That's really a side of you I didn't expect to see. But there you go. This is the real you, isn't it? I don't want to marry someone like that.
I won't accept this.
Even so, I'm ending things. Your mom has already agreed to it. I think it's for the best. And let's be honest, she was the one who brought it up first.
I don't care about your mom's approval. I'm going to get married, and you can't stop me.
Well then, let's get everything out in the open. If you want, I'll introduce you to my parents. If my mom approves, then maybe I'll marry you. But I highly doubt my parents will ever accept someone like you. After that, I received several messages from Maxine, reaching out to me multiple times in the following days. She was asking if we could get back together, but I had already made up my mind. My feelings haven't changed and there was no going back for me. She kept blaming her mother for the broken engagement, saying it was all her fault, and the situation escalated to the point where the relationship between mother and daughter became completely estranged. It was clear that things between them were no longer the same. But I have to wonder, does she really believe she is not responsible for any of this? That everything was someone else's fault? If she thinks, then it's clear to me that there are still major issues with her. I just couldn't ignore the way she was handling the situation. Even after everything that happened, she didn't seem to recognize that she played a part in the breakdown of our relationship. The blame was always placed elsewhere, and that's not a healthy way to deal with things. I heard that after our breakup, Maxine didn't waste any time moving on. She started dating new guys right away, one after the other. It seemed like she was in a rush to fill the void, looking for something to distract her from the reality of what had happened. I can imagine that she was playing her usual game, putting on a facade of sweetness and charm, pretending to be someone she's not in order to get people to like her. That's exactly what she did with me, and I got sucked into it for a while. But now, looking back, I can see it all clearly. She couldn't keep that act up for long. Sooner or later, her true nature came out. And sure enough, just like before, things didn't work out with any of those guys. From what I heard, she got dumped each time after her true self came to the surface. She can't keep that act up forever, and the relationships always end the same way. I don't think she's capable of maintaining a healthy, genuine relationship. She might end up getting married someday, but I doubt it would last long. Eventually, her true colors will show and the person she's with will leave. Honestly, I'm glad I realized what kind of person she really is before we went any further. I'm grateful that I figured it out before making a huge commitment like marriage. I feel like I dodged a bullet because I can't imagine what my life would have been like if I had gone through with it. Now that it's over, I've completely moved on. It's been a relief, actually. I don't have to deal with the anxiety or frustration of trying to make a relationship work with someone who wasn't being honest with me. I can finally look forward to the future with a clear mind, free from the emotional baggage that Maxine brought into my life. I've learned a lot from the experience, and I'm determined to make better choices moving forward. I'm ready to find someone who values honesty, communication, and mutual respect. Someone who isn't going to pretend to be something they're not just to please me or anyone else. I want a real connection, where we can both be our true selves without fear of judgment or manipulation. Maxine, on the other hand, will have to figure things out on her own. I don't know what her future holds, but I'm done being part of her story. I'm not interested in playing games anymore. And I'm certainly not going to be fooled by someone who can't even be honest with themselves. Looking ahead, I'm excited about what's to come. I know it won't be easy, and I'm not expecting everything to fall into place immediately. But I've learned from my past mistakes, and I know what I want now. I'm not going to settle for less than what I deserve. Maxine can keep playing her games and pretending to be someone she's not, but I can't be a part of that anymore. I've learned that I deserve someone who's genuine, someone who can offer me a real partnership based on trust and understanding. I don't have time for the drama and manipulation that Maxine brought into my life. I want something more, something real. I'm not bitter about the past. I've let it go. I've learned that the hard way, but I'm stronger because of it. I'm no longer focused on what went wrong with her, but instead on what I can do to move forward and build a better future. I know I'm capable of finding a relationship that is built on honesty and respect, and that's what I'm focusing on now. Maxine has her own journey to follow, and I truly hope she can figure things out for herself. But I'm not going to sit around and wait for her to change. My life is my own to shape, and I'm ready to create the future I want for myself. It's time for me to take charge of my own happiness, and I'm excited to see where it leads. Looking back, I realized that I was blinded by love for too long, but now I see clearly. I've learned a valuable lesson. Never settle for someone who isn't being real with you. And as for Maxine, she can continue pretending, but I won't be there to play along anymore. I've moved on, and I'm ready for something better. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Are you working right now?
Hello, August. I am at work, yes, but it's fine. I can talk for a bit if you need something.
I just wanted to tell you that I saw the photos from your wedding. You brought them to my parents' house this morning, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Your mother mentioned she wanted copies of the family photos we took at the wedding, so I brought them over as she requested. Is there something about the photos that caught your attention?
Well, I was just looking at them and I couldn't help but wonder. Was that wedding really what you wanted? I mean, honestly, it was just so plain. You only invited family and it wasn't anything extravagant at all. To be honest, it felt less like a wedding and more like a casual family dinner, don't you think? Just a small meal with a few people.
I understand that it might have come across that way, but both my husband and I are more private people. We aren't really interested in anything flashy or showy, and we felt content with having a small, simple ceremony. Even though it was modest, we were just happy to be able to have a wedding at all, honestly.
Does that mean that you're really struggling financially? I mean, that's the impression I'm getting.
I'm sorry, what do you mean by that?
I mean, come on, isn't it obvious? Even if you're the type who says they prefer a small wedding, most people would still put in effort to make it feel a bit more elegant. The restaurant you booked for the reception was so tiny, and there wasn't even anyone else there besides our family. It honestly felt like we were just eating at some local diner instead of attending an actual wedding reception.
I guess everyone has their own perception, but we actually thought it was quite a nice, refined place.
Refined? I didn't get that vibe at all. Oh, I often go to upscale restaurants for lunch with my mom's friends, so I can definitely tell when a place is high class or not. Just a bit of advice. Trying too hard to appear fancy isn't necessary,
I wasn't trying to appear fancy at all, actually.
Well, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, does my brother really make so little money? I mean, come on, you're both working and yet you couldn't even afford a proper wedding venue? It's almost like you're both low-income earners or something, don't you think? Kind of sad, really.
And please don't worry about us. That wedding was exactly what we both wanted, so I don't think you need to feel sorry for us.
Oh, come on. There's no need to put on a brave face. A wedding is a special once-in-a-lifetime event for a woman, you know? There's no way any woman would have been satisfied with something so low-key.
Well, that's just your perspective on it, isn't it?
It's not my perspective. I just say how most women in the world would feel. But I guess you just don't want people to know that you're struggling financially. Unfortunately, I can see right through it.
That's fine. You're free to think of it however you like.
You're only saying that because you have nothing to argue back with, right? If I were you, I'd just admit the truth. But, if you ever are in need of money, don't expect me to lend you any.
Don't worry. I have no intention of borrowing money from you, so that won't be an issue.
Wow, you really aren't cute at all, are you? I was actually looking forward to having a younger sister-in-law, But with you, it's just, well, we don't really click, do we? It's a shame. Things might have been different if we had better chemistry.
Maybe we don't get along because you keep saying such rude things to me.
Or maybe it's because you're always putting on a show, acting like you're something you're not. Poor people should act like the part and try to get along with everyone instead of showing off.
I'm sorry, but I really should get back to work.
Yeah. You've got nothing left to say, huh? Oh, and by the way, we're having a barbecue at our parents' house this weekend. You and my brother should come. We'll make sure to have some good quality meat for you. Something you probably wouldn't get to eat normally. Make sure to savor it. Katie, thanks for helping with the barbecue cleanup yesterday. Though, it's too bad, isn't it? You couldn't eat much of the meat since you had to work most of the time.
It's no trouble, really. I did manage to have a little, so I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, but wasn't it not enough for you? It's such a shame. You couldn't really enjoy it after coming all this way. I'm sorry about that. Next time I'll make sure to get a lot more meat just for you.
You really don't have to go out of your way to do that. It's perfectly fine.
Oh, really? Well, that's funny because I saw you eating the leftovers that my husband gave you. Most of it was practically burnt, and yet you were eating it all up. My husband and I couldn't help but laugh seeing you gobble it down.
So that was your idea of a joke then?
Well, people who are struggling with money are used to eating burnt or leftover food, right? It wouldn't be wasteful to throw it away after all.
I've been meaning to ask for a while now. Why do you always treat me like I'm some poor person? We don't have any debts or financial issues. We get by just fine. Every time I come to visit your family, you keep making these remarks that just sound like you're trying to put me down. I'd really appreciate it if you could stop.
Isn't it obvious? It's because you just give that poor vibe.
My appearance? You mean?
Well, yeah, your appearance is one part of it, and then there's a whole vibe you give off too. Like, just look at that pitiful wedding you had. Honestly, it screamed poor from every angle. The fact that you don't even realize it is kind of embarrassing, actually. And as for me, I never had to worry about money. I grew up in a pretty comfortable family, and now I'm married to someone who works for a top company, so money's never been an issue for us either. I'm just not really comfortable with poor-looking people around me, if I'm being honest.
I see. That's what you think then.
Honestly, I just don't understand what my brother saw in you to marry you. Before he met you, he used to treat himself to nice things, and now, like buying the occasional designer item. But ever since he married you, he's lost all interest in those things. It's like he's changed, all because he married somebody like you.
I think that naturally, people's spending habits change once they're married. It's just part of building a life together.
Is that so? Or maybe it's just that you bring bad financial luck to him. Besides, you weren't raised by a single parent, a single father, right?
Yes, that's correct.
I had some classmates growing up who were raised in single-father households too, and they were all pretty poor. Their fathers usually worked at factories, and they just looked a little rough around the edges, if you know what I mean. Now that I think about it, your father kind of reminds me of them.
And what's wrong with having a steady job? I think all types of work are respectable in their own way.
Now that sounds exactly like something someone poor would say. I mean, if you didn't tell yourself things like that, it'd be hard to get through life, wouldn't it? Well, anyway, I've got to head out soon for my nail appointment. You, on the other hand, should get back to your job and work hard, all right? Even if all that hard work probably doesn't add up to much of a paycheck, am I right? Hey, Katie, was that you just now by the station?
Yes, I was waiting for the company car to pick me up.
I knew it was you. I was actually on my way to the dermatology appointment by taxi, and then, lo and behold, I saw you standing there.
I see. What a coincidence.
And wait, were you wearing work clothes?
Yes, that's right. I was in my work uniform.
What? No way, you're joking, right? Work clothes? Are you serious?
Is there something strange about that?
Of course it's strange. A woman wearing work clothes for a job? It's so low class. Going around in such a messy outfit? Where are you off to?
Well, actually, I was on my way to inspect the factory where your husband works.
What? The factory where my husband works? What are you even talking about? My husband goes to work in a suit, for your information.
I understand, but it is the truth.
And inspect the factory? What? Do you even hear yourself? That's so ridiculous. Are you all right in the head?
I could ask you the same question. Just so you know, I'm actually your husband's superior at work.
I've never heard that before, so it must be nonsense. What on earth are you saying? You're actually worrying me with these delusions. If you keep making stuff up, it's a bit concerning.
Honestly, I think I'm the one who should be worried. I just hope you won't regret this later.
Why in the world would I regret it? It's honestly the worst having someone like you as family. You're just so low class, and it's not even like we have anything in common anyway. But let's get one thing clear. The only one who'll be regretting anything here is you.
Me? And why is that exactly?
Because lying at your age is just pathetic, that's why. There's no way a low-class woman in work clothes could ever be in a position to be my husband's superior. It's too funny. I have to tell everyone about this one.
Please, go right ahead. Do whatever you like. It's not as if I have anything to worry about.
Oh, and you bet I will. Next time you show up at my parents' house, everyone will see you and burst out laughing. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe I'll bring it up at the family memorial gathering. I can already imagine your face when you realize how embarrassed you should be. I can't wait to see it. Excuse me, Katie? Do you have a moment?
Yes, what's this about?
Well, it's a bit embarrassing, but my husband, he told me that you actually came for an inspection at the factory yesterday. He mentioned that you were from the head office, and he said you're actually on the board of directors? I didn't know it was true. Is it really true, Katie?
Yes, that's true.
I can't believe it. I'm so sorry. I really honestly didn't know. I had no idea at all.
Well, I didn't mention it to you, so it's only natural that you wouldn't know.
But why? Why didn't you say something earlier? I would have really liked it if you had let me know. I feel like I could have made more of an effort to be closer to you. I mean, I could have tried to understand you better, even.
I didn't say anything because I didn't want to make things awkward or put pressure on you or your family. And beyond that, I wanted to be accepted by my husband's family just as I am. I didn't want my position or background to influence things. But I say that to you, I just came off as some poor girl with nothing to her name. I apologize if I seemed poor to you.
No, not at all. Now that I think back, I can see there was actually something quite elegant about the simplicity of your clothes you wore. They had a kind of refined style, really. And even the restaurant where you held your wedding, oh, the food was excellent. I remember it was some of the best food I've ever tasted. It must have been a high-class place, right?
I wouldn't call it high class necessarily. It's not outrageously expensive, but it is a small place with a long waiting list. About a few years, actually. They only allow one booking per day, so it's a bit exclusive in that sense.
A place like that for a wedding, I mean, it shows a touch of class, doesn't it? Real refinement, Katie. I guess that's the thing that only people of a certain level can imagine.
It's not really a reflection on me. I just went with a recommendation from my father. I was fortunate, really.
A recommendation from your father? So your father is someone well-known too? Hold on a second. Katie, your father would not happen to be the chairman of my husband's company, would he? I think your maiden name was the same.
Yes, that's right. My father is indeed the chairman.
Oh, my goodness, I'm so sorry. Katie, I can't even begin to, say how sorry I am. I mean, I've said so many cruel things to you. I know that, but it was just all a huge misunderstanding. I swear I didn't mean any real harm, truly.
No need to apologize. Even if you were to apologize now, it wouldn't erase the things you've done up until now. I haven't forgotten all the snide remarks and nasty comments.
Oh, please don't say that. We're family, right? I want us to be on better terms.
I don't recall ever feeling like we were close. Each time I visited, you would say nasty things, and even when I wasn't there, you'd still mock me in messages. I don't particularly mind being seen as poor or low class, but there's only so much rudeness one can endure. Why was it so important for you to see me as beneath you? Even if I were poor, why did it bother you so much?
Well, it's just, I've always thought people without money can sometimes be a bit unsavory. You know, shallow-minded, desperate. I mean, not you specifically, but in general, they might even stoop to stealing. It's just my own philosophy, but...
I see. Well, everyone is free to have their own thoughts, but I do think it's quite another thing to act on those thoughts and treat someone accordingly.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you're absolutely right. I realize that now. I really have done you a terrible disservice, Katie. I'm deeply sorry.
There's no need to keep apologizing. What's done is done.
But Katie, I have to ask. My husband mentioned that today he was called in by his direct superior. He seemed quite nervous about it. Is there any chance this has to do with me? I mean, all those things I said to you, he was so worried, wondering if he was going to get demoted or something. Please tell me this isn't your doing.
No, not at all. If he's done his job well, I have no complaints. I'm not one to blur the lines between work and personal matters.
Oh, thank goodness. I was so scared. But then again, don't you think it's a little unfair of him? He kept his work at a factory hidden from me this whole time. Sure, it's a prestigious company, but I had no idea he actually worked on the factory floor in coveralls.
Perhaps, over time, such things become trivial.
Wait a second, does that mean? Could he have been called in for a promotion? Like moving to the head office? Is that your doing?
How did you come to that conclusion? No, he was actually called in because he's been caught taking supplies from the company. A serious breach of trust.
What? My husband? Stealing? You must be mistaken.
I wish that were the case, but he's been taking a range of items, from small supplies to items worth thousands of dollars. He apologized and claimed it was due to the pressures he was facing at home, specifically the issues with you. We had a meeting on this just recently.
No, that can't be. He earns a decent salary, doesn't he? He doesn't need to steal.
A decent salary only goes so far if it's spent irresponsibly. I suggest you discuss the details with him yourself.
Wait, what's going to happen to him? There has to be some sort of consequence, right? Like, what kind of punishment did he receive?
He'll face a pay cut and will be required to pay restitution for what he took.
A pay cut? He has to pay back what he stole? How? How much are we talking about?
Theft and embezzlement are serious offenses. He's lucky he's only being asked to repay what he took. The estimated total value was around $10,000.
This is unreal, Katie, please. There must be some way you can make this go away, right? We're family. Surely you have some influence.
Family ties have no bearing on this matter. As I've said, work and private life are separate.
But you're the chairman's daughter. You're bound to be the next president someday, aren't you? Surely you could do something.
Our company does not operate by nepotism. The position of president will go to the most capable person, and I don't consider myself a contender.
But Katie, you're already on the board at such a young age.
Even so, my title doesn't grant me the authority to dismiss consequences for theft. Many companies now hire young executives with fresh ideas, so my position is not unusual.
Oh, I see, but still, isn't there something you could do? We have children to take care of, and with a pay cut and the fines, we're really struggling.
If you're unable to pay, I suggest considering other financial options, like reaching out to your parents.
But my parents, I don't want them to find out about this. How can I tell them that he stole?
Perhaps this is one of those moments when pride should take a back seat.
Please, Katie, I'll do anything. I'll apologize as much as you want. I'll even get on my knees if that's what it takes. Just please help us, please.
No amount of apologies can erase what has happened. What you can do is cooperate with him and support each other to get through this. A year of reduced salary isn't forever, and once he repays the debt, you can go back to a more comfortable life.
But Katie, I don't know what to do. You're just doing this to get back at me for my past behavior, aren't you?
If you truly believe that enforcing consequences for theft is getting back at you, I don't think you fully understand the situation.
I'll change, Katie. Just give us one chance. I promise you I'll treat you with respect.
I understand that you're upset, but the truth is that this situation has escalated because of decisions made by your family. My involvement doesn't change the fact that actions have consequences. It's time to face them head on.
I know. I'm just so afraid of what this means for us. I don't know how we'll recover from something like this. The shame, the embarrassment, how will people look at us? What will they think?
You'll recover, but it's going to take time. And as for what others think, you can't control that. But what you can control is how you handle this moment and the way you work to restore trust.
I never thought it would get this bad. I've always been so focused on keeping up appearances, trying to maintain a certain status. I was never good at understanding what really matters. I was always so worried about what others thought about me.
The truth is, status and appearances are fleeting. At the end of the day, it's about integrity and how you treat the people closest to you. Your family will need to see you act with honesty and responsibility if you want to rebuild trust.
But you and your husband, you must have lived through some hardships too. How did you do it? How did you face those challenges without falling apart?
It wasn't easy, but we worked through it together. We faced our struggles head on without hiding from them. And we knew that honesty was the only way you move forward. If you pretend everything is fine when it's not, you only make things worse in the long run.
So you're saying that I can't hide from this? That I need to confront it, even if it means people will judge us?
Yes, hiding will only prolong the pain. You and your husband need to face the consequences of his actions together. It will hurt, but it's the only way to move forward. Pretending that everything is okay will only make things worse.
I don't know if I'm strong enough to do that. It feels like everything is falling apart around us.
It will feel that way at first, but you'll find your way. You'll rebuild piece by piece, but it requires hard work and the willingness to face reality. You'll need to support each other through this.
You really believe that, don't you? That we can fix this?
I do. It won't be easy, but it's possible. But you have to want it. You have to be willing to put in the work.
I'll try. I'll try my best to make things right. I want to do it for my family, for him, for me. I want to change, Katie. I really do.
I'm glad to hear that. Change is never easy, but it starts with acknowledging the problem and being willing to make amends. The most important thing is that you're willing to make that effort.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you for being so understanding. And no, I've hurt you in the past, but I promise I'll do everything I can to show you that I could be a better person.
I'll be watching to see how you handle this, but I do believe people can change. I just hope you're truly ready to make that change.
I am. I really am. I'll do whatever it takes to prove it. I'll start by talking to my husband and getting him to take responsibility. We'll do this together, as a family.
That's a good first step. Work together, and don't let the shame of this situation isolate you. It's important to support one another during times like this.
I will, and I'll be more mindful of my words and actions in the future. I promise I won't judge you or make you feel less than again. I'll respect you, Katie.
Respect is key. I appreciate that. But respect isn't just about words. It's about how we treat each other consistently.
I understand, and I will make sure that I live by those words from now on.
I'm glad we could talk about this openly. The next step is up to you, but I hope you take it seriously. There's still time to make things right, but it's going to take patience and effort.
I know. I'm ready to do what it takes. Thank you for giving me this chance, Katie.
I'm not giving you anything. I'm simply telling you what needs to be done. But I do hope you take it to heart and make the changes necessary.
I will. I really will. Thank you for your honesty. I won't forget it.
Good. Now let's leave it at that for today. I'm sure you have a lot to think about, and you'll need time to process all of this. But I believe that in the end, your family can come out of this stronger if you work together.
I'll make it right, I promise.
I hope so. Take care, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Katie. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye. After the incident, it appears that my sister-in-law and her husband had an enormous argument. The tension in their relationship must have been unbearable, and it's clear that things deteriorated to a level where they could no longer ignore the issues between them. They have children, so I suppose they decided against divorce, but it is abundantly clear that their relationship was deeply affected. They may have tried to put on a front for their friends and family, but I highly doubt that things were ever the same between them after everything that happened. In some ways, it almost felt as though the foundation of their marriage had cracked, and nothing could restore it to its original state. My sister-in-law had always been quite vocal about the success of her husband's career. She loved boasting to anyone who would listen about how he worked for a major company, constantly emphasizing his high-paying position and his success in the business world. For her, it was not just a matter of pride, it was a source of validation. She believed that the status and wealth that came with his job defined who they were as a family. She loved telling everyone about the glamorous lifestyle they led and the more expensive things they could afford. The more she flaunted it, to her, these material things were the ultimate symbol of success, and she did everything in her power to make sure that others saw her in that light. The thought of being seen as anything less than successful was unbearable to her. Her behavior, however, went far beyond just pride. It bordered on obsession with appearances, as though every purchase, every event they attended, and every social gathering they were part of had to reflect this image of affluence. She would buy the most expensive clothes, throw lavish parties, and indulge in a lifestyle that required constant spending. There seemed to be no limit to the excess, as if money was an endless resource that could never run out. It was almost as though she thought that as long as she continued to present herself as living the perfect life, she could escape any deeper issues or insecurities she had. The problem, however, wasn't just with her. Her husband was just as bad. In fact, he was equally at fault for the state of their relationship. He didn't help matters by feeding into her need for excess. He didn't just go along with her demands, but he was also hiding a significant truth from her. He lied to her about where he actually worked. While he told her that he was employed at the corporate headquarters of his company, the reality was that he worked at a factory. He built an entire narrative around this lie, a story he told to her and to others, painting a picture of himself as a man of great importance in the business world. But the truth was far from glamorous. In fact, it was a far cry from what he was portraying. He had taken on this false identity. probably out of pride, to match the expectations of his wife. He wanted to fit into the image of success that she had created in her mind. He thought that if he told her he worked in an executive role, it would somehow validate their lifestyle and make their social position seem more secure. But the reality was that he was not a part of the corporate elite he had portrayed. He was just a man working at a factory, trying to hold on to a facade that no one really believed. He lived in constant fear that his secret would be exposed, and this fear undoubtedly contributed to the strain in their relationship. This deceit had serious consequences, both for their relationship and for their financial stability. It was clear that he was living a lie, pretending to be someone he wasn't, and in doing so, he was enabling my sister-in-law's reckless spending habits. He never said no to her when she asked for money or for the latest luxury item. The couple was trapped in this vicious cycle of materialism and deception. They were both caught up in this web of lies and pretense, and it's no wonder their marriage was struggling. They were both in over their heads, constantly trying to keep up the illusion of perfection, even though everything around them was starting to crumble. In some ways, they were like two people trapped in a fantasy they created for themselves, where appearances were everything, and the truth didn't matter as long as they could maintain their status. As frustrating as their behavior was, I also couldn't ignore the larger issue at hand. They were both playing this game of deception, but at the expense of everything else. Their entire relationship had been built on lies, on false narratives, and on the need to maintain an image of success. And now, that image had come crashing down. The theft, which I'm sure they thought would go unnoticed, was discovered. And while I can't condone the act itself, I have to admit that it was a wake-up call for everyone involved. Theft is, without a doubt, unacceptable, and the person responsible for taking company property must face the consequences of their actions. There's no excuse for it, no matter what led up to it. The truth is that stealing, regardless of the reason, is wrong and must be addressed head-on. But there's a deeper lesson here as well. This situation wasn't just about a simple theft. It was about the culmination of everything they had been doing wrong. Their entire relationship had been built on lies, on the constant need to prove their worth through material goods and external validation. Their marriage had been, at its core, based on illusions. This theft was merely the breaking point, the event that forced them to confront the reality of their lives, a reality that had been carefully hidden behind a facade of wealth and status. Now, the cracks in their relationship were too obvious to ignore. In terms of the workplace, there's no rooms for mistakes like this. If something like this were to happen again, I wouldn't hesitate to take action. He has already shown that he can't be trusted with responsibilities, and if there's another issue at the company because of his behavior, he will be fired without a second thought. His actions have proven that he isn't capable of the integrity required to work in a company, and this is something that can't be overlooked. At some point, everyone has to take responsibility for their actions, and he's no exception. If he's truly sorry for what he's done, he'll have to prove it with his actions, not just words. Ever since the incident, my sister-in-law and her husband have gone out of their way to avoid me. I've noticed that when I go to my in-laws' house, they suddenly seem to have urgent matters to attend to, making it impossible for them to meet with me. They've been avoiding any kind of direct interaction, probably because they know how badly they've embarrassed themselves. They are trying to distance themselves from me, likely because they're afraid of facing the consequences of their actions or being called out on their lies. What's even more telling is that it seems they haven't told my in-laws about the theft. They've kept quiet about it, likely because they're afraid that the truth will come out. They must be terrified that I might tell everyone what really happened. I'm sure they're on edge, constantly wondering when I might expose them. The fear in their eyes is palpable whenever I'm around, and it's clear they're worried that I might ruin their reputation. But they don't understand me. I have no intention of telling anyone about the incident. It's not my place, and I'm not someone who enjoys stirring up trouble. I'm perfectly content leaving things as they are and letting them handle their own mess. However, the fact that they're so paranoid about what I might do speaks volumes. They're so consumed by their own guilt and fear that they can't even look me in the eye without wondering if I'm about to reveal their secrets. But they need to understand that I won't be the one to bring it to light. I have no reason to make their lives harder than they already are. They've dug their own grave, and it's up to them to lie in it. What matters to me now is how I choose to live my life moving forward. I've learned that it's important to focus on my own well-being and to surround myself with people who truly care about me. I'm no longer concerned with the drama of other people's lives. I'll continue to be true to myself, live with integrity, and prioritize those who treat me with respect and kindness. The people who matter in my life are the ones who support me, who lift me up when I need it, and who are there for me when times are tough. I also know that I must continue to live a life that I can be proud of. There's no point in trying to impress others or chasing after fleeting things that won't bring me true happiness. I've learned to focus on what really matters: my relationships, my health, and my personal growth. The rest of it, the superficial things, will never bring me the fulfillment I seek. I want to look back on my life with no regrets, knowing that I lived it in a way that was true to my values. As for my sister-in-law and her husband, I can only hope that they eventually realize what they've lost. They've made their choices, and now they have to live with the consequences. I can't be the one to fix their mistakes. If they want to make things right, they'll have to do it themselves. But I have no intention of holding their hands through the process. I've done my part by standing by my principles, and if they ever decide to change, it will have to be without my assistance. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hello. I hope it's okay to call you Heather. Honestly, I was a bit uncertain about how we should address each other. You know, it's sometimes hard to find the right way to address the mother from the other family. There's no real standard or rules for this, is there? It can feel awkward.
Yes, that's perfectly fine with me. Hello, Bethany. It's good to finally talk.
Yes, the venue for our children's wedding has been decided, or so I heard. It seems like they're still figuring out the exact date, though. It's quite the process, isn't it?
That's true. I'm so glad to hear they've managed to decide on the venue. At least now we have one less thing to worry about, with all the other arrangements they still have to make. I heard they're planning to register their marriage next month, around the time of my daughter's birthday, which I thought was a nice touch. I just hope the wedding day itself goes smoothly and that we're blessed with beautiful weather for it.
Are you really planning on attending the wedding, though?
Excuse me? I wasn't expecting that question.
I apologize if I took you by surprise, but I reached out because there's something specific I wanted to discuss. To be completely honest with you, Bethany, I don't think it's appropriate for you to attend the wedding.
I don't quite understand. Why would you say such a thing?
Well, I'll be completely open with you since there's no point in hiding my thoughts. I don't want to be in a situation where anyone in my family or in my social circles sees you as a part of our family. It's honestly embarrassing, Bethany, to be associated with you.
Is it because I'm a single mother? Are you judging me because I raised my daughter alone?
It's not just that, Bethany. I'm also in a position where I don't have a husband around, but that's not exactly the issue here. Unlike your situation, my husband and I went our separate ways only after our son was well into adulthood. In your case, if I remember correctly, your husband passed away when your daughter was still quite young and you ended up raising her alone, correct?
Yes, that's true. But I have to say, I suspected that you might have some reservations about me, Bethany. I never imagined it would be to this degree, though. Do you really dislike me this much?
If not, you as a person, it's more about your background, particularly your education. If I recall correctly, You didn't even finish high school, did you?
That's right. My education stopped at middle school.
It's truly hard for me to fathom. Why didn't you go to high school? Were you involved in bad crowds or a delinquent of some kind?
No, not at all. It was actually due to my family's financial circumstances. I needed to start working early to help support my family. You see, I have a younger brother and sister, and as the eldest, I couldn't afford the luxury of attending high school. My family simply didn't have the means.
It's honestly astonishing that you were able to find someone willing to marry you, considering marrying someone who hasn't even completed high school is almost unimaginable to me.
Well, my husband was actually a childhood friend of mine. We grew up together, so he did not concern himself with things like my educational background.
Frankly, I've never known anyone without a high school diploma. It's something I've only read about in stories or seen on television, if at all.
Perhaps it is rare these days, though it wasn't so uncommon back in my time or in the area where I grew up.
When I first heard that my son's girlfriend's mother had not graduated from high school, I couldn't believe my ears. It was shocking to think that my son's future wife was raised by someone with that level of education. Naturally, I started to worry about what kind of a person your daughter might be. I mean, after all, isn't she influenced by you?
Even though I wasn't able to attend high school, I did everything in my power to give my daughter the best education possible. I worked long hours and did my best to earn enough so that she wouldn't have to suffer because of my circumstances. I wanted her to have the opportunities that I missed out on.
Well, even though I had my doubts, I ultimately decided to tolerate this marriage. After all, it seems like your daughter attended a prestigious university and has a good job at a reputable company. But having an uneducated mother as part of our family, someone who hasn't even finished high school, is something I find very hard to accept.
So, essentially, you're saying that my presence in your life and the family is unwelcome?
I must say, for someone with no formal education, you have a way with words, Heather. But yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. As someone who only completed middle school, I don't believe you should attend the wedding. I don't want someone like you associated with my family. And certainly don't want you appearing in photos or being at the ceremony where people might wonder who you are and what your background is. I like to keep you as a distant from my family as possible.
Well, if that's how you feel, you can rest assured. I never intended to attend the wedding in the first place.
Oh, really? That's actually such a relief. You have no idea how anxious I was at the thought of you being there and mingling with everyone. It's a load off my mind so that you'll stay away.
I'm not concerned about what you think of me, Bethany. You can hold any opinion you want. But please, I only ask that you welcome my daughter with an open heart and treat her kindly. She has no control over my background.
Well, hello there. Spending the day all alone in the house, are we? It must feel pretty lonely, doesn't it?
Yes, I'm home today, just taking it easy.
Do you even know what today is?
No, not particularly. Is there something special about today?
Oh my, did you completely forget the date since you weren't planning to attend anyway? Today is the wedding day. My son's wedding day. Imagine not being able to see your one and only daughter walk down the aisle. How utterly pitiful.
I see. Well, you sound like you're enjoying yourself immensely.
Well, of course, it's my son's wedding day. What else could I be? I'm positively thrilled. In fact, I'm just about to head out to the ceremony now. But don't worry, I'm entirely heartless. I'm generous enough to send you a few photos later so you can see what you missed out on.
Photos, You think you'll be able to get some good shots? You do know that the ceremony is already over, don't you?
Excuse me? What are you talking about? Don't be ridiculous. The wedding is today. There's no way I would have missed the date.
Actually, no. The wedding was yesterday. I could send you a photo if you'd like. In fact, I've got a nice one right here on my phone with me, the groom, and the bride. All three of us together. Would you like to see?
Are you out of your mind? You weren't supposed to be attending the wedding at all. So what are you saying? How could you possibly be in the photo from the ceremony?
Well, considering that you weren't there, I didn't see any problem with attending myself. The only one who seemed to have an issue with me being there was you, not anyone else.
Hold on just a second. If the wedding was actually yesterday, why on earth wouldn't I have been told about it? Are you seriously suggesting that my own son deliberately left me out of his own wedding day? This is nonsense. Don't ruin a perfectly happy day by sprouting nonsense.
Left out isn't exactly the right term here. It's more accurate to say that you were provided with the wrong information. The date you were told, it was fake.
There's just no way that could be true. Why would my son possibly do something so absurd?
Well, despite your confidence, you clearly didn't know the correct date, did you? Let me guess. You went all out with preparations. Maybe even got dressed in a fancy dress or a nice formal outfit and had everything ready?
Of course I did. I went all the way to one of Manhattan's top salons to get ready. I wouldn't miss this day for anything.
Then all those efforts, unfortunately, they went to waste.
What on earth are you talking about? Are you seriously getting some kind of satisfaction out of trying to pull one over on me?
I'm not making anything up, nor am I trying to make light of the situation. I'm simply telling you the truth. Your son told me directly that he gave you a fake date. He said he wanted me to come and assured me that, with the information he gave you, you wouldn't be there and it would be safe for me to attend.
Wait, you're serious? But why would he tell me the wrong date? I don't understand.
It seems he really didn't want you at the wedding, to put it bluntly. But if he hadn't given you a date at all, you'd surely have pressed him for the details and kept asking. Giving you a false date was a way to avoid confrontation, at least until the wedding was over.
But why? Why would he go to such lengths to keep me away? What reason could he possibly have? What's so wrong with me attending my own son's wedding?
Well, Heather, that's a question only your son can answer. It was his decision after all.
You must know something. You're close to him, aren't you? So you must know why he would do this. Tell me. Explain it to me.
I don't think it would be right for me to speak for him, to be honest. I think it's best if you give him a call and ask him directly about his reasons.
This has to be some kind of mix-up. This can't be happening. It doesn't make any sense. What in the world happened to my son? How did things turn out this way? Why is he treating me like this? Did you say something to him? Did you influence him somehow? Tell me what happened.
Didn't you hear it from him? He's been saying it over and over again. He's going to sever ties with you completely. He made it very clear that he doesn't want you in his life anymore.
Yes, I heard it. I've heard nothing but that. All he keeps saying is that he wants nothing to do with me anymore. That I'm not even his mother anymore. Every time I try to talk to him, he just shuts me out. I don't understand what went wrong. I've tried so hard for him. Why is he saying that now? What did I do to deserve this?
Well, you must realize it's not just about one thing. It's the culmination of everything. He's not just rejecting you for no reason. Maybe you haven't been able to see it, but everything he's doing right now is an attempt to break free from years of emotional weight you've put on him. He's been carrying this burden all his life. And now, he's finally reached the point where he feels like he has to cut ties to heal. It's not something that just happened overnight.
I raised him. I gave him everything. I made sure he had everything he could possibly want or need. I was there for him every step of the way, and now he's treating me like this? How could he? How could he turn his back on me like this? I did nothing but love him. I sacrificed so much for him, and now this is the thanks I get?
Maybe he didn't feel that love in the way you intended. Maybe, for all your sacrifices, he felt like it was all done with conditions, like you were controlling him. Maybe you never gave him the space to be his own person, and that made him feel trapped. It's easy to forget, but when someone doesn't feel accepted or respected, no matter how much you give them, it hurts.
Trapped? I've always given him everything. I gave him love, security, a home. I kept him safe. What else is a mother supposed to do? Why can't he see that?
Maybe he sees it differently. You gave him everything, but maybe you never gave him the respect or independence he needed. Maybe you never let him make his own decisions, always telling him what was best for him. He's an adult now, and maybe, for him, being constantly told how to live was too much to bear.
I didn't tell him what to do. I just wanted to guide him. I was trying to protect him, to make sure he didn't make the same mistakes I made. How could that be wrong? I don't understand. I love him. I cared for him. Isn't that what a mother is supposed to do?
A mother is supposed to protect her child, yes, but she's also supposed to respect them as they grow and mature. She's supposed to trust them enough to let them make their own choices, even if they don't always align with what she wants. That's the hardest part of being a mother, letting go. And maybe that's what you never learned to do.
Let go. You want me just to let go? Let go of my own son? After everything I've done for him? After all the love I've given him? You're telling me that the answer is just to walk away and let him live his life without me. You want me just to accept that?
I'm not saying you should just walk away, but sometimes a mother has to let her child go. Let them figure out things on their own. Stop trying to control their life. You're not the only one who's hurting here. He's been hurt by your actions too, even if you didn't mean to. But now he's trying to heal, and part of that means putting distance between you.
But I'm his mother. I've always been there for him. I've always supported him. And now he wants to shut me out completely? How can he do that to me? How can he say that I'm not a part of his life anymore? I've been his mother since the day he was born, and he's just going to erase that like it meant nothing?
He's not erasing you. He's just trying to find his own path. And right now that path doesn't involve you. He's not rejecting you because he doesn't love you. He's rejecting the situation, rejecting the way things have been. He needs space to find himself, to be his own person, without the constant pressure and expectations.
Space? What do you mean by space? What does that even mean? That's what this is all about? He just needs space? How can you say that? I'm his mother. I was there for him every step of the way. Doesn't that count for something? Doesn't he owe me that much?
He doesn't owe you anything. He doesn't owe anyone anything. He just wants to live his own life, make his own choices. And that means sometimes distancing himself from the things that hold him back. That includes you. It's not about loving you. It's about creating a healthy distance so he can build his own life.
How can I just accept that? How can I sit here and listen to you tell me that I'm the reason for all of this? That it's all my fault. I raised him. I gave him everything. I did everything a mother is supposed to do. And now you're telling me that I'm the one who caused this? That I'm the one who pushed him away?
I'm not blaming you. I'm just telling you the truth. You've been a part of his life for so long, and now it's time for him to separate from that. He's not rejecting you. He's rejecting the dynamic between the two of you. And that's hard, I know. But sometimes the hardest thing a mother can do is step back and let her child grow without her.
How am I supposed to do that? How am I supposed to just sit here and watch him move on without me? He's my son. He's my flesh and blood. I can't just accept that. How am I supposed to live with the fact that he doesn't want me in his life anymore?
You have to. You have to find a way to accept that he's his own person now. It's not about you. It's about him. He's trying to figure out who he is, and that means making choices that are best for him. And sometimes those choices mean stepping away from things that have always been there, even if it's painful.
But what if he never comes back? What if this is it? What if he never wants to speak to me again? How can I live with that? How can I live knowing that I lost him?
You don't know that for sure. It might take time. Maybe he'll come back, maybe he won't. But you have to let him go, even if it's the hardest thing you've ever had to do. You have to trust that in time, he'll make peace with this. But right now it's about him, not you.
I just don't know how to let go. I've been a mother for so long, and now I'm supposed to just stop? I can't just let him go like this. It feels like I'm losing everything. It feels like I'm losing him, and I don't know how to live with that.
It's not easy. It's never easy. But sometimes letting go is the only way to move forward. You have to find a way to live with this, even if it feels impossible right now. He's your son and you'll always love him, but he has to live his life in his own way.
I just don't know if I can do it.
Then take it one day at a time. You don't have to have all the answers right now, but you do have to let go of the past and let him find his own future.
Where did my son go? There's no one living in the house anymore?
Did you go visit your son? He and his family moved out recently.
What do you mean by that? I haven't heard anything about this.
Of course I didn't tell you. If I gave you the address, you'd just barge into his house, wouldn't you? You're already on your way there right now, aren't you?
I thought I had no choice but to go there and talk to him directly. I couldn't just let it go.
Well, it seems your son was right in predicting that you would react this way. He moved out without telling you anything in order to protect his family. He knows that you might do something unpredictable, and that's why he didn't want to get you involved.
What do you mean by that? I just wanted to make up with him, that's all. What's so wrong with that?
But you see, your son doesn't even want to face you anymore. It looks like he's truly decided to cut all ties with you for good.
What's wrong with you? I'm the one suffering here, and you're acting like this is just some casual matter to you.
To be honest, it's not really my problem. It's between you and your son.
That's so cruel. You have it easy, don't you? You still get to see your children and your grandchildren, won't you? Why am I the only one having to go through all this?
It's because you've consistently acted selfishly and with no consideration for others. You've been like that for so long, and it's time you faced it. You're an adult, but you still haven't learned from your mistakes. If you don't start accepting responsibility for your actions, you're going to end up alone.
Stop preaching to me.
You've ridiculed me, belittled me, and treated me terribly in the past. But now it's clear that you've been the one who's been looked down upon. Not just by me, but by your own son. It must be a humiliating experience to be rejected by your only child.
How could this happen to me? I've sacrificed so much for my son.
You don't get it, do you? It's not about what you've done for him. It's about how you've treated him and the way you've acted. Do you honestly think that if you just keep pushing him, ignoring his feelings, he's going to stay close to you?
I don't know why you're speaking like this. I've only tried to do what's best for him.
What's best for him? You've done what you thought was best, but it wasn't what he needed. You kept pressuring him, making him feel like he couldn't live his life the way he wanted to, and that's why he's pushing you away.
I can't believe you're saying all of this to me right now.
It's the truth, and deep down you know it. You keep blaming others for everything, but you never take a moment to reflect on your own actions.
I've been nothing but supportive of him. I've raised him with so much care and love, and this is how he repays me.
You think that just because you took care of him, you're entitled to his gratitude and respect? That's not how it works. He didn't ask for that kind of treatment. He wanted space, and he didn't get it. And now, this is the result.
So what are you telling me? It's all my fault? Is that what you think?
I'm not saying it's all your fault, but your actions played a big role in this. You pushed him away, and now he's distancing himself from you.
I can't believe this. I've been nothing but a mother to him, and now he's treating me like this.
You're the one who's been treating him badly. You think that by being his mother, you're entitled to control his life? But he's an adult now. He can make his own decisions, and that includes distancing himself from you if that's what's best for him.
This is just too much. I don't know how to fix this. How can I make things right with my son?
You need to start by accepting that it's not just about you. It's about understanding your son's feelings, his needs, and his boundaries. You can't just keep pushing him around and expecting everything to be fine.
But I've always done everything for him.
Doing everything for him isn't the same as respecting his independence and choices. You need to learn that.
I just want him back in my life. I can't lose my son. He's the only family I have left.
You're not going to fix this by trying to control him or guilt-tripping him. If you really care about him, then you need to start respecting his space and give him the time he needs.
Please, tell me what I can do. How can I make him forgive me?
And the only thing you can do is change your attitude. Stop making it all about your own needs and start considering what he wants and needs. You can't expect him to just forgive you instantly. It's going to take time.
But I can't wait that long. I need him back to me now.
You're not going to make him come back by pressuring him. You need to give him space. You've pushed him too far already, and now you need to be patient.
This is impossible. I don't know how I'm going to go on like this.